if you live in Charlotte, North Carolina, I think that it is good for you to like try to help the immigrants. Cause like look at this shit. This shit is getting crazy. Charlotte's Web was launched when? On I don't know. I don't know. It was Charlotte's Web was launched just a couple days ago. Today is November 20th, right? And it ended today. And it says that as a result, there will be no CBP operations in Charlotte on Thursday, November 20th. It's important to clarify that while the Charlotte's Web operation has ended in the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, they will continue to operate in Mecklenburg County as they always have. ICE maintains full authority to detain, apprehend, and take into custody any undocumented immigrant in accordance to federal law. They have been cracking down in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's where I'm from. That's where my family is. That's where everybody I know is, right? That's where I'm at. Like I'm a Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm a big Panthers fan. I like the Hornets. Y'all know I rep Charlotte. You feel me? I got it tattooed on me. So this means something to me personally, right? And they're attacking churches, attacking schools. Students are having to be taken to school by their parents because their parents are scared that they might get kidnapped by ICE on their way to school. It's like what the fuck? What the fuck? And this state, North Carolina, voted for this nigga 3 years in a row. This is who y'all voted for. This is the nigga y'all voted for. Anybody in his administration is a cult. The whole Trump administration is a cult. And he's a cult leader. Like, I don't get how you can honestly support this nigga. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, she ain't no better. JD Vance, he ain't no better. They're basically like Donald Trump Jr. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't see how you can. Well, I do see why some people do it because they're privileged and they're not immigrants. They're not going through none of this shit, right? So they love voting for Trump. But it's like, bro, you got to take into account other people, other people's lives and shit. Like it says, as a reminder, the MCSO will not engage in any enforcement actions regarding immigration with ICE. We will continue to follow the law as it relates to the House Bill 318 and release those in our custody to ICE within a 48-hour time period. Bro, Charlotte is in shambles right now. North Carolina is in shambles. America is in shambles. The whole world is. It's like it's wars going on here, genocide going on here. It's like in Sudan, in Palestine, and where else? In the Congo, in like, oh my God, this shit is crazy, bro. It's no better in America. Just because it's not people dying in America, don't mean shit is sweet. Like I don't know where motherfuckers want to move. Move to Canada or some shit. It ain't. Don't come here. Don't come to America. If you want like a safe spot, this ain't the place to be. And look, this says, I'm gonna show y'all. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, said it launched Operation Charlotte Web to target criminal illegal aliens who flocked to Tar Heel State because they knew sanctuary politicians would protect them and allow them to roam free in American streets. So basically, these immigrants are basically running for their lives. And they're like, let's get them. You know what I mean? They Operation Charlotte's Web. Let's go. Like, you know what I mean? They're hunting these niggas like it's hide and seek. You know what I mean? But Charlotte is not considered a sanctuary city, and the state has some of the strictest immigration provisions in the country, experts said. I don't know who the experts are, by the way, including a mandate passed last year requiring local jails to hold arrested immigrants for a limited time so they can be picked up by federal authorities. So you basically hold them niggas in jail until you can take them back to their country. This shit is crazy. Wait, what? What was the Google Translate that they was doing? La migra something, right? What were they chanting? I forgot the chant that they were saying. But either way, I don't know how to speak Spanish. I'm gonna be honest. But it's at the church raid that they were doing, the most recent one. It says more than 250 people have been arrested in Charlotte, North Carolina, as a part of Donald Trump's escalation crackdown in undocumented immigrants in the U.S. And this is in Charlotte, by the way. It says Charlotte is the latest U.S. city that Trump has targeted with federal troops following similar measures in bigger cities like Chicago, Los Angeles earlier this year. Officials with the Department of Homeland Security told the BBC that those arrested are criminals and gang members. Criminals and gang members. You catching these motherfuckers while they going to school. You catching these motherfuckers while they watering their plants outside. You catching these niggas while they dropping off their mail. You feel me? You catching these niggas while they cutting grass. You catching these niggas while they laying bricks. You catching these, like, what do you mean criminals and gang members? What are they doing that's a crime? And, like, you feel me? I don't understand. I don't understand how they just, and then this the state that voted for this nigga 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row y'all voted for this nigga. And it's like, y'all voted for this Epstein best friend. This nigga sucked Bill Clinton off. I don't want to hear it, bro. This nigga gave Bill Clinton a blowjob, and y'all voted for him. I don't care. Wait, what did Mehdi Hassan say?
So who knows what's driving these people? Clearly something's going on. And what's so fascinating always is Trump always makes things worse for himself, right? Amazing. He could easily win these people back. They're part of a cult. Instead, what does he do? He goes...
Like I said, the whole administration is just a cult, bro. None of those people are real. None of those people are real. Like, they're real and they really want the worst shit. But it's like, you gotta, like, realize that those are not sincere, kind, regular human beings. They don't have the same emotions and same morals as other human beings. Like, life and death don't matter to them, bro. It's all about money and power. I mean, that goes for Democrats and Republicans, but especially the Trump fucking administration.
He basically incites violence against her. We had a whole month of Republican hand-wringing after Charlie Kirk. We need to tone down the rhetoric. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is getting members of his own party, not just MTG, but I believe a state lawmaker in Indiana, swatted at their homes after he attacks them online. So I think if MAGA is breaking down, it's Trump doing the breaking of it. But I would say, Molly, it is too soon to tell.
But it's like, at the same time, bro, he pushes the boundaries so far to where, like, anything he does, if he gets away with, like, shit like this, if MAGA don't break down, if they still support this nigga, right? If nothing bad comes from anything of the bad shit that he does, then everything that he does is okay, basically. And then he's gonna keep doing more and more shit, and it's gonna get worse and worse. You get what I'm trying to say? And then imagine what the next president gonna think that they can do, especially if they in his administration. They can be like, oh, he got away with all of that. We finna Tom's Tenant. Like, we finna do all of that plus more. You feel me?
I've heard too many forecasts about the death of MAGA, and it is a cult. So at the end of the day, the vast majority of people still do blindly stick with Trump through right and wrong. And I don't think Donald Trump's going anywhere anytime soon. I think it's too early to say stuff like, oh, he's now a lame duck president. No, he's not. He's got violent, armed, rogue police raiding churches in Charlotte. Like, he's not weak.
Exactly. Imagine shutting the fuck up. Imagine living in Charlotte, North Carolina, and seeing these people raiding your houses, seeing these people raid your churches, snatching people up. Imagine that.
He does have he's the first president.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene, she don't got enough emotion. She not gonna be the next president, no offense. If she the next president, bro, then hey, I'll take it all back. I'll take it all back.
Of modern American political life to have his own militia.
Yes.
So it's important not to underestimate that. And I do think, like, the one lesson that any of us may have learned, and again, you'll notice how I've couched the language and may have. Remember the anonymous senator who said no one expects Donald Trump to overthrow the government?
Yep.
He's going to go play some golf.
Yep.
I think about that guy.
Yeah. There's many of them. He or she was symbolic of many of them. But that's the problem, right? There's always been this basically on the...
even those people like that, right? The people who like, oh, he's not going to do that. He's not that bad. I'll vote for him because he's not going to overthrow the government. Like, no. Even those people are still going to support him. They going to make excuses for anything that he do. Even right now, even as things get worse, they can be like, oh, well, it's not that bad. He only did it because of this. And technically, according to the policy, face ass, like, you feel me? Like, they gonna still make excuses in order to support this nigga. No matter, even if he doing shit that they don't like. He could deport their mama. He could deport their mama. They gonna be like, well, technically she did come to this country illegally. Like, bro, they don't actually have like a spine or a backbone or any type of soul.
Republican right, Molly, there's been a complacency about, guys, calm down, take him seriously, not literally, or literally not seriously, whatever day of the week it is.
Physically, not mentally.
Yeah, and then on the kind of liberal, I want to call it MSNBC wing, the hashtag resistance side, it's always the walls are closing in. Trump is nearly done for. And I think both.
No, Trump is not nearly done for. The walls are not closing in. As y'all saw, the government reopened back up and Democrats folded. Democrats folded. Hold up. The Democrats cave or compromise. That's the first thing that says. Democrats folded. Democrats folded. We didn't get nothing out of it. We did all of that for nothing. What was the government shut down for? Hakeem Jeffries, what the fuck did you do? Save healthcare. You didn't do it though. Y'all didn't do it. Chuck Schumer, retire. Retire. Please. After a 6-week fucking standoff. Enough Democrats overcome the filibuster, ascended to reopening the federal government. They did so without winning their key bargaining demand of extending Obamacare subsidies. So basically they did it for nothing. For no fucking reason. What the fuck was it all for? What was it all for? These niggas just gonna fold and cave in. Y'all just as bad as the other niggas at that point. Like, what the fuck? You gonna get niggas' hopes up just to cave in and be a bitch? Y'all niggas some hoes. Let me get some hoes, bro. It got me scratching my head. The decision has observers scratching their heads. What the fuck was y'all thinking? What the fuck? What sense do that make? An activist shaking their fist. You, why I oughta. Why I oughta. It's not funny. But at the same time, it's like, I don't understand. It like shit never gets good. We just get distracted. We just get distracted. We go from this to Epstein.
Extremes are a mistake. I think Donald Trump is a great survivor. He's definitely done things that many of us thought he wouldn't do. I didn't think he would be back for a second term on January the 7th, 2021, like many others, but he did come back. I didn't think he would win the first time in 2016, and he did. So I am loath to write him off as he's done for, MAGA's gone, it's lame duck presidency. I think they've got their plans. Obviously, they're having some problems with members of their party, but let's see how many other people do an MTG.
Yes, but don't you think some
MTG didn't even turn on Trump. It's not like she just said, oh, I don't support Trump no more. Don't like, no, she still like that. She still be like supporting him. It ain't like she just, you feel me? She just got different ideas and she got a different plan. But it ain't like she's just going against Trump.
this is like a cloak for, like, Donald Trump said he was going to make things cheaper. He got in office and immediately made everything more expensive.
Yes.
You know, he
Good choice.
told Latino voters he was going to do, you know, he was going to crack down on the worst of the worst. What he meant was anyone who looked Latino.
The worst of the worst. They talking about some gang members and criminals. Nigga, nah, that just mean anybody that's Mexican. Anybody that's Hispanic. The gang members and criminals. Man, you catching these niggas while they tying their shoes, man. You catching these niggas with their pants down. What the... No, you not catching gang members and criminals and the worst of the worst. What the fuck, man? Y'all niggas arresting principals and shit. Fucking IT workers. Like, let's be real, bro. Y'all not getting the worst of the worst. Getting any fucking body.
You know, he made a lot of promises to a lot of different people, was unable to keep any of them. And now we're 10 months in and people are starting to get mad at him, as
Yes.
they do when you make lots of promises you can't keep. So, like, is Epstein just a smokescreen for the underlying fractures that have...
It could be, right? And even if it is, sometimes you have to pay attention to two things, right? The Democrats already voted, so it ain't like we can reverse that. But at the same time, we can't ignore it. We do want to do something about it. And at the same time, like, bro, this might be just some kind of distraction. And they probably never gonna release the full Epstein files. Like, we never gonna see Donald Trump did something bad in the Epstein files. You get what I'm trying to say? Man, shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up. Hold up. Bro, you never gonna see, like, something bad about Trump in the Epstein files. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? I don't think you will. Or, like, the full shit is never gonna come out. It's too many people with too much power that have, like, influence, bro. Like, I don't think that's... If they gonna release it, then they gonna release the version of that they want to release. They gonna release it how they want people to see it and shit. You get what I'm trying to say? It's like you show a bitch a screenshot, but you crop out the text message where you was actually texting back to the girl. Like, you see this bitch been spamming me. You just crop out the part where you was texting back. That's what they gonna do, bro. They just gonna crop out the part, bro.
Nothing to do with it.
100%. And you saw that with Marjorie Taylor Greene, in fact. She didn't just turn on him over Epstein. She turned on him over Gaza, which is another festering wound. But also she turned him over affordability. She went on CNN, of all places, and talked about how Mike Johnson was wrong about the shutdown and how Donald Trump was wrong about prices going down when they're going up. Now, again, are there others who have the guts to do what MTG did? She has an independent platform. She's very popular. She raises
She's
money from small
wealthy.
donors. Yeah, she's wealthy independently. Like, she's able to kind of stave off, at least in the short term, attacks from Trump. The average Republican backbench House member can't and won't.
Right.
So I'm not sure they'll follow. But you're right. The underlying issues are the big thing here. Donald Trump
Right.
made everything worse.
Yeah.
At home and abroad, even though he goes around claiming he solved 8 wars, which he didn't, obviously. And on the inflation side, Molly, have you seen all these MAGA influencers praising Trump for taking tariffs off of things now?
Tariffs
So
he
it's
put
like, hold on,
on.
he put them on there.
Yeah.
You told us they were fine, they wouldn't raise prices, and now you want us to praise him for taking things off. Donald Trump is this classic thing where you often find yourself at a
I already know what he about to say. I was muted. I already know he about to say Donald Trump does this classic thing where he does something bad and then like slightly reverses it and wants credit. That's what he be doing, bro. He'll do some fucked up shit and then slightly make it a little bit better and be like, see what I did? See what I did there? Give yourself a pat on the back. Like, nigga, what the fuck? We was in that situation because of you in the first place. Watch. That's exactly what he about to say.
things now.
Tariffs
So
he
it's
put
like,
on.
hold on, he put them on there.
Yeah.
You told us they were fine, they wouldn't raise prices, and now you want us to praise him for taking things off. Donald Trump is this classic thing where you often find yourself as a Trump defender, defending Trump after Trump has thrown you under the bus. So yeah, a classic example is Troy Neals, the congressman who spent all weekend saying we're not going to release the Epstein files.
Okay, that's not what he said. That's not what he said, but he does that too. He does that too.
There's no reason to. And then Trump on Sunday said, release the Epstein files. And you're like, oh, the memo didn't go out in time. And he does that often. People go out and defend Trump, and then he will do the exact opposite of what they just said.
And guess what? They still defend him, and they just like they're like a snake. They just find ways around it. They just slither around it and make excuses for why they still support Trump.
So that's going to be a running sore for them as well. Look, the problem we have, Molly, is I was talking to a friend the other day, and I said, we've had, I think it was last month, and I said we've had 9-10 months of Trump. They went, what?
Too many months of Trump. Too many months of Trump. Like, and I don't know if anything can stop this nigga, bro. I don't think it's gonna get better. I don't think that's possible right now while he's in office.
9 or 10 months. And there's this sense I don't think people quite get that this guy is not even a year in. With all the chaos.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's only gonna get worse. Like, I can't imagine it getting better while he's still in office. We're only 10 months in. 10 months in? 250 people been arrested in Charlotte already. And this, like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on. This shit is ridiculous.
And wars abroad. We're now maybe going to war with Venezuela. All of that's happened in its first 10 months. We still have more than 3 years left, minimum, of this guy. Minimum.
Unless y'all find a way to get him impeached, but like, isn't he the first president to be impeached? Wait, like, isn't he like didn't he get impeached already? Like, it's nothing y'all can stop. He's unstoppable. So, man, I ain't gonna say it, man. I ain't gonna say it, but it is one way people can stop somebody. But I don't support that. And I would never say that. Don't say it. I ain't gonna say that, bro. But he's unstoppable, bro. But I don't want nothing to happen to Trump. You feel me? I love all humans. Wait, I do want something to happen to him. I want him to get impeached, get him the fuck out of office somehow, some way. Get him the fuck out of office. Like, I wouldn't even wish jail on that nigga. Even though he is like the, you know what I mean, first president to have like hella felonies and like he was convicted or I don't know, bro. Like, this nigga is his record, his rap sheet is like, he be putting up stats. I'm not gonna lie. He be putting up stats when it comes to records. I hate all humans. Come on, bro. Yo, somebody in my chat said I hate all humans.
Don't say that. It's not nice. already so stressed out. No, I'm just kidding. But I do think that's right. And I'm thinking about when Donald Trump said that he had an MRI.
Oh, but
So
you're not sure what for.
right. Yeah, this is his second yearly doctor's visit
Yep.
had advanced imaging. And everyone was like, oh, advanced imaging. Well, that's odd. Also, a doctor's visit once a year, except twice
Yeah.
this year because it's. And then he said, yeah, I had an MRI. And they said, dude, was it your brain? And he said, I don't know.
Can you
Right.
imagine? They're like pushing him into that circular. What is that? That little tube they put you in.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's this for?" "Ah, I don't know. Don't worry about
Doesn't
it, sir."
matter.
Again, I know we played this horrific game far too much, but can you imagine if Joe Biden was
Right.
asked about an MRI that he had hidden from the public, and then he said about the MRI, "I had the best MRI ever."
Yeah.
What was it for? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Someone.
They call him Sleepy Joe. Say he got dementia. Call him all type of shit. Say he got all type of illnesses and diseases. Say he all kinds of fucked up. They would make all kinds of excuses to say, "Hey, bro, just put him in a wheelchair and send him to a nursing home. Put him in a wheelchair and send him to a nursing home." Boy, what they gonna get him the fuck out of there? But they're not gonna do that to Trump though. They gonna be like, "Oh, maybe he just doesn't know. Maybe they didn't tell him." Bro, this shit crazy, bro. It's the world we live in, though. It's the world we live in.